She said she loved you for who you were. Then she changed who you were, and you became what she wanted. And when that happened, she left. DegloireSpace signing in. You meet someone, and when they see you, they like the way you talk. They like the way that you're not acting desperate. They like the way that you carry yourself. Then, as you get to know them, you get closer and closer, you start to change. And the reason you start to change is you're getting more attached. And as you're more attached, tension builds between you guys, and you don't know how to handle the tension. You start thinking, oh, if I don't change, there's going to be tension, and tension is going to lead us to separate. So you decide to get tamed. And how does this happen? You're saying something, and then you get into an argument later. Oh, I didn't like the way you spoke there. Oh, I didn't like the way you acted there. I didn't like that about you. And slowly, you're kind of like, okay, I don't want problems. I don't want fighting. I don't want this. You start giving away who you are. It shrinks and shrinks and shrinks till you are no longer who you are. You become a very tame version of yourself. All that's left is the outer shell. You become just like a piece of furniture. You were thinking, I love this person and I want to adapt to them. And the more you adapt, you start losing yourself. Now think about it. If you lose yourself, who is there to be loved? Who is there to love? You've lost yourself. There is nothing here. There's nothing to love and no one to love anyone back. So what follows? Naturally, that person leaves. Now they can leave in one or two ways. One, they physically leave. Hey, I found someone better. Bye. I can't take you anymore, like I gotta leave. You're not what I want. And they're right, you're not what they want. You've lost who you were. You aren't anybody anymore. The other way they can leave you is just no longer be present with you. So yeah, they're living with you because of security, because you know what, it's a headache to go look for somebody else. I'll just keep this shell here. But they're no longer present with you. Your life lacks that fire. We call this kind of taming the romantic taming. There is a version of you that they first meet. And when they first meet this version of you, you're wild. You're like those beautiful wolves running across the snow mountains, or a wild Mustang, or a lion that's out hunting. You're one of those, or a cheetah that uses its full potential to go and hunt. But then you became the caged version of that. Who really likes a cheetah that's living in a compound and it's just walking, 10 meters by 10 meters? Who likes that cheetah? Who watches that cheetah? Even that cheetah, when taken to the wild, feels like, whoa, what am I doing here? I actually have to run? I actually have to use my potential? You see, when you first meet someone, it's admiration. And then slowly it becomes domestication. Example. They first meet you, they're like, wow, this person's confident. Then it becomes arrogance. When they first meet you, it's like, wow, this person's independent. Then it becomes, you're quite distant. They see you wild and free. Then they think, ooh, that person's neck fits right into this leash. Let me put it on. And the problem is, in our minds, we're told that when you love someone, love changes you. And they're not wrong. Love does change you. It does make you a new person. But not like that. It's not change to taming. It's a change that actually empowers you and makes you feel warm. It doesn't bring you down, make you a lesser version of yourself. If it's doing that to you, then you're going through taming. You're attached, and your attachment is making you weak. It's not making you stronger. No matter how you change, you should never lose yourself. Very important. And it's common sense. If you love me, then I'm no longer here. What's there for you to love? Now, how do you know if you're losing yourself? Simple experiment. Something happens. Go somewhere alone after the incident has happened. If there's a mirror, look at yourself in the eyes and just ask yourself, if I was free, would I accept this to have happened to me? If I was free, is this how I would speak? Is this how I would act? Is this how I would carry myself? You need to be free to be you. Only somebody who is free to be themselves can love, and they can be loved. Ask yourself, am I afraid to follow my dreams now? Have I been giving up my dreams? The things that make me passionate in life, the things that make me feel alive, am I putting them aside? Am I not giving them any time? Am I walking on eggshells all the time, watching many times? I have to censor myself, because if I censor myself, I'm going to offend you. And if I offend you, it's going to be a headache. And if I get that headache, oh, I can't bear it. Is that what you've become? If so, you've lost yourself. Many channels I've seen about coaching and such, they kind of like say this is female nature to kind of tame you and all that. And they kind of like blame the other. However, I want to introduce you to a new way of thinking. The reason you get tamed is not because the other is trying to tame you. It's because you're tameable. That's what needs to change, not the other. The other is gotta, just as you're free to not lose yourself, they gotta be free to not lose themselves, because love is only made for royalty. Peasants don't know what love is. They know what settling is. You see, when you start off your life, you're untamed. And you're untamed not because you're strong, it's just because you haven't gone through the experiences. As you go through the experiences, you get tamed. And as you get tamed here, you've got to put a boundary. No, this is me. If I change it, I'm no longer here. Even if I love you to bits, but I'm no longer myself. And if I'm not myself, what's purpose of my life? Who am I anymore? This is the dilemma, that they love your authenticity, not your obedience. They're going to try to test your obedience. And if you give in, you've lost it. And they don't test your obedience because they're evil. It's just human nature. You even try to tame other people. You do it too. So don't be like, oh, they're doing it to me. It's all a conspiracy against me. It's just the way we are as human beings. Human beings are multidimensional, and one of our dimensions is power play. And power play doesn't make people not authentic. It's there. You've just got to deal with it. Think about it. You're in a social circle, and in the social circle, there's power plays. If you let someone step on your toes once, put it this way, your toes are going to be stepped on many times through. If you don't allow it, you gain the other part of it, respect. They're going to be like, hey, those toes we got to respect those toes. I really want to stress the fact that this is not because people are evil. If you think that's evil of people, then the whole animal kingdom, the whole plant kingdom is evil. You'll see that this is a recurring theme everywhere in the animal kingdom. There is a hierarchy. And really, the answer to the hierarchy in our kingdom is authenticity. That's all it is. We're not all going to be UFC fighters and we're fighting everyone for it. That's one type of it, but there's many other types of it. Authenticity is what gets you your presence, what gets you your place. And then that place is you. And then that, when you have a place, you can be loved and you can love. So naturally, when your authenticity fades and obedience gets in place, naturally, you're no longer an interesting person. There's nothing really to you. Why would anyone have a desire for you anymore? You're not present. There's nothing there. It's just a shell. And think about it. When you were too wild, they stuck around. When you were yourself, they stuck around. When you gave away everything, that's when they leave. And you do the same as well. This is a very important point, guys, because I don't want this to become like, they're evil, I'm not. If you're doing that, then you're becoming a victim. And a victim in this scenario is worthless. Think of it like this. You're walking in the wild and you see a wild animal. Let's just say a lion. A wild lion. Your eyes are going to be on that lion. You're going to be thinking of that lion. If that lion does something, it's either beauty or danger, and you're involved. If it does something of beauty, you'll be mesmerized because you know the danger it is of you being there. And if it does something dangerous, it's going to get your whole being involved. Versus you walk into the zoo and you look at the lion. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's cool. But it's caged up. It's tamed. That lion has never hunted for itself. You could walk past it and be like, oh, I feel like ice cream now. Yeah. Oh, no, that's nice. Oh, that's a nice lion. Yeah, cool. Let's go have ice cream over there. It's forgettable. You can pass by it. That cage is you getting tamed. And when you agree to this, you become forgettable. Whenever you're giving up yourself, what you're doing is you're thinking that, being me might lead to conflict, might lead to tension, and that's a bad thing. In fact, let me tell you something. For sexual relation to happen, there's got to be that tension. And when that tension goes, they're like your brother, they're like your sister. It goes away. So that tension, even though it can be a little bit of a headache, but that tension is sexual tension. That tension is attraction. Think about it. You got two magnets. You got the polarities facing each other. You got your negative and you got your positive. You got small magnets, yeah, they'll attract. But if you got strong tension happening, your negative is packed and your positive is packed and they're big, you're going to have to, if you had in each hand and then you're pushing them together, they're going to start fighting each other just to finally, it becomes very difficult for you to push them away from each other. And you have to be okay with the tension. You have to be okay with conflict. And being yourself, you have to be okay with being yourself. You have to be okay with people saying to you something negative, and then you understand this is just part of the attraction. The reason you're giving me negative attention is because you're attracted to me. The reason you're giving me positive is because you're attracted to me. Any kind of attention is an attraction of some sort. And we really need to dig this. And finally, we need to reclaim ourselves. If you have been through the process of getting tamed, it's not too late. You can reverse it. And you need to reverse it. Life is short. Life is precious. Why would you agree to waste it? Be yourself authentically. And you need to reclaim yourself. It's actually part of growing up. When you're young, you are tameable. Think of the taming process as a growing process. When you're young, you're untamed. Then you get tamed, and then you untame yourself consciously. That untaming yourself consciously is the real growth. This is you becoming you. This is you realizing, this is who I am. Is it gonna hurt when people walk away from you? Yeah, it will. But that is a part of the process. When you empower yourself to be yourself, you're naturally gonna be loved more. And when I say love, doesn't mean like suddenly everyone's fans of you. No. That's not what we're talking about. Don't go to the extremes here. We're just saying the people that are around you, the people that actually care for you. People look at you and they say, hey, this person has a place. This person has respect. Because respect comes with you being who you are. In the process of bringing back this power to yourself and you being untamed consciously, all you are doing is from now on, when you give a response, you are responding with how you authentically respond. So when people are dealing with you, they know this is the real deal here. And real deals are lovable. Fake deals, no one loves fake. A quote that I remember from this point is when Jesus says, you will not enter the kingdom of heaven until you return as children. Now, funny he mentions that. And of course, he doesn't mean being childish. It's that process. Remember, you were untamed as a child, and then you get tamed. And then untamed again. You've now embraced the child in you. And so now you're authentic again. So you could have, if we were going to modernize that quote, would say, hey, until you become authentic again, you will not know heaven. You will not know yourself. So ultimately, we don't want to play the blame game. Oh, it's the woman's fault. She's trying to tame me. We don't want that kind of energy. Here, we've got to look at myself. Am I tameable or not tameable? You can try all you want to. I am who I am. And now when people walk with you your life, they know that you are authentic. And so there's not going to be, oh, I love you, but they know there's no buts involved. I love you and you are what you are. Man, I can't change the guy. Don't be tamed. And if you've been tamed, Untame yourself. DegloireSpace signing out.